so good. I'm getting you in the frame.
Yeah, we're getting hot chocolate. I got hot chocolate.
Ooh, you got
all odds.
You got hot chocolate?
Is usually a bit over what they say.
Hola mi gente, ¿cómo están? Welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for today's video because I went to the Vancouver Hot Chocolate Festival. This festival is so cool. Every single year, I think since 2011, they put it on from January 13th to February 14th, which is just in time for Valentine's Day. Over 100 restaurants and coffee shops come together and they create their own version of a hot chocolate that represents what that restaurant is about, maybe their roots. I love going to this festival every year. This is my second year going, and it's just so nice. It's like such a fun way to see the community come together, to bring your friends and family together. And this is why I love food festivals and other festivals in general, because I think it's such a great way to just explore your city and see what it has to offer. So the hot chocolates that I will be highlighting today are from Whisk Cafe. I tried their Starry Village Hoshinomura white matcha hot chocolate. Little Cafe on Robson. I tried their hot chocolate supreme. Honolulu Coffee. We went to go try their Cali Cocoa and Snow Cocoa hot chocolates. Thierry Chocolates Bala Xiao. I hope I'm saying that right. And the Federal Store, the Ducking hot chocolate. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first coffee shop that I went to is called Whisk Cafe, and I actually went with my friend Fatima.
Hi everyone. Oh my god.
You might recognize her from my previous video where we tried Mexican candies together, and this was super fun. I love going to this cafe because it's gorgeous, it's very bright and aesthetic. They have plants and it's cozy, and I really like that they have enough seating for a good amount of people, which is nice when you want to go and get some work done or sit down and chat with a friend. We tried their Starry Village Hoshinomura white matcha hot chocolate, and this was inspired by one of the most beautiful villages in Japan according to Whisk. The matcha that they use for this hot chocolate is actually sourced from Yame, Fukuoka, Japan, which is really cool to see how they integrated kind of like their roots into this hot chocolate. This is unreal.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm getting you in the frame.
Yeah, we're getting hot chocolate. No, we're getting matcha hot chocolate.
Yes, from the Hot Chocolate Festival.
Yes. But it's so cute.
Cheers, let's try it. We're trying the matcha drink.
It's called Starry Village Hoshinomura. The white chocolate that they used in the matcha is actually in partnership with The Good Chocolatier, which is another little chocolate shop here in Vancouver. So that was really cool to see two restaurants come together and collab on this drink. So this hot chocolate was delicious. We loved it. It was really cool, the presentation. It was a slim little glass, and it had, I'm pretty sure it was white chocolate rimmed on the top of the glass. It was so beautiful. And then they put like a little plate where they had sesame whipped cream, and that was delicious. It had little star sprinkles on it, kind of to tie in with the theme of Starry Night, Starry Village. And it was so good. Oh my gosh, we really enjoyed it. The whipped cream was super thick and creamy, and the drink itself was also luscious and creamy and delicate. It was so good.
Oh, this is nice. Oh my god. Really interesting.
And this is like sesame.
It's black sesame flavored whipped cream.
It's giving. What is it
What's it giving?
It's giving
Sesame.
sesame.
It's giving tahini a little bit.
The matcha tasted really smooth and it went really well with the white chocolate. I also really love that they separated the whipped cream from the drink itself, because that way you could taste each of the flavors separately or together if you wanted, because sometimes when you have whipped cream in a drink, you know how it like starts to melt and becomes part of the drink. Sometimes it tastes really good, and then other times it kind of just like not ruins, but it takes away from the flavor of the drink. So it was nice that they did keep that into account and separated them so you could enjoy them both for their own flavors. Oh, and this is actually like
White chocolate. It's like matcha hot chocolate. I've never tried anything like it before.
It's so good.
Right?
Oh my god, this is amazing.
I know.
Yeah. You're my new favorite food buddy.
Oh my god, I'm honored. Oh my god, that's the best thing.
So overall, I would give this drink a 4 out of 5 stars because it was really good. The presentation was beautiful. It tasted amazing. I thought it was really thoughtful how they had separated the whipped cream from the hot chocolate so you could enjoy each of the flavors as well. And yeah, I don't know, it was just such a nice experience. The next coffee shop I went to is Little Cafe on Robson, and this one I went with 2 of my friends. I'm so grateful that they waited in line with me because y'all, the line to get into this coffee shop was like insane. It was like out the door, and this coffee shop is pretty small. It's pretty tiny. There's not too much seating, but it is really cozy and it's really cute. I also felt for the girl who was on bar and also on the till, like she was killing it, and I don't know how she did it because there was so many people. I'm pretty sure she was alone. So shout out to all the workers who like take on the hot chocolate festival, because I know I used to work in food services. I know it can be crazy, so I really like, wow, she took one for the team. So at Little Cafe on Robson, they had the Hot Chocolate Supreme, which is a 70% dark chocolate drink inside of a croissant, which I thought was really cool. Such a fun and unique presentation. The croissant that they used is their famous Croissant Supreme, and it is a really big croissant. They kind of like cut the top off a bit and then scooped out a little bit of the inside, put some dark chocolate in there, and then it topped it with whipped cream and chocolate shavings, and it was so beautiful. Aesthetic.
No, pues lo estoy mordiendo el pan, pero ya me empalagué.
I also loved that you could basically eat your cup. One of my friends that I went with, she's not a huge fan of hot chocolate, so I was very grateful that she came because it was really fun just seeing everybody's reaction to the chocolate. What did you get, Carla?
I got hot chocolate.
Ooh,
Against all odds.
You got hot chocolate? Ooh, and Carla doesn't like hot chocolate. What did you get, Pao?
I love hot chocolate and I got hot chocolate.
Yay! And I got hot chocolate too.
Supreme.
Supreme.
We all got Supreme.
Yes,
hot chocolate.
Supreme.
Ice log is usually a bit over what they say will be.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's thick and it's really dark.
Yeah.
My first impression of the hot chocolate was that it was very dense, super thick, and very rich, which made it a little bit overwhelming just because the croissant that they use is also, it's huge and it's also very dense and thick and kind of like very, well, it's bread, so it's very bready. I don't know, it just kind of, the combination was a little bit too heavy for my liking. I really did love the idea. I thought it was really fun, but I think, I don't know, there was something missing. I wish that they had either made, if they could have somehow made the chocolate a little bit less thick and maybe more drinkable, because it felt more kind of like a filling instead of like a drink, if that makes sense. And the croissant, because it's so thick, it felt just like there was a lot to eat and just like this pressure to finish the croissant and the drink, because eventually the chocolate would just kind of like seep into the rest of the croissant. The idea was there. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really fun, but I think just the actual drink and execution itself didn't work that well, at least in my opinion. I know other people must have really liked it, but I thought that it was just a little bit too much. It was missing something that could have balanced out the complexity of this drink. So overall, I would give this drink a 2 out of 5 because the idea was amazing. I thought it was really cute and super fun, and also it's really cool that you can play and eat your food. But I don't know, it just didn't deliver the way that I expected it would, so that made me a little sad, but it was still a really fun experience and I loved trying it. The third coffee shop that we tried is Honolulu Coffee. I love Honolulu Coffee. It's one of the first coffee shops that I went to when I moved to Vancouver. There's something about it. It's like a tropical vibe. It's very like cozy and light and airy to be in there. I really love their aesthetic. And I don't know, I think just because I've like known it since I got here, it has a special place in my heart. I really feel like Honolulu Coffee always has amazing and fun ideas when it comes to the Hot Chocolate Festival. Last year they did one that was really cool where they had a cloud of cotton candy hanging over their hot chocolate, and that was delicious. It was so fun and just such a unique idea. And so I was really excited for this year. This year they had the Snow Cocoa and the Cali Cocoa hot chocolates. And I went with my boyfriend, and so we both ordered each one and we shared them just to try what they would taste like. The Snow Cocoa is a 70% dark chocolate with oat milk, and it has macadamia nut and coconut syrup. And then on the side they had 2 little marshmallow snowmen that were kind of put together with pretzels. They were really cute. I personally love dipping pastries and little treats into my hot chocolate, so this was a really fun idea. And then my boyfriend ordered the Cali Cocoa, which is a really fun white chocolate drink with a milk base. And on the side they had a little shot of like ink, and it came with a brush. And so the really cool thing about this drink was that you could dip the brush into the ink and use the white of the drink as your canvas to draw whatever you wanted. The ink shot had activated charcoal powder, sesame paste, and kind of like a flavor of Earl Grey. And so once you finish drawing your drawing on the canvas, you could just like throw your ink shot into the white chocolate, and so it kind of like mixed all the flavors together. And y'all, this drink was so delicious. It was so good. And I thought it was really cool because for this specific drink they had a competition, so you could submit your drawing after you finished it, and then you would be entered into kind of like a drawing to see if you would win a $100 gift card to the coffee shop. So I thought it was a really fun idea to get people invested and involved in the festival in that way. So off the bat, both drinks were delicious. They were so good. I thought they both were very silky and smooth, and the flavors came through so well. The Snow Cocoa was delicious. I really loved that the dark chocolate wasn't very overpowering. They always do such a good job with creating a hot chocolate that isn't too heavy, and so I really loved drinking the Snow Cocoa. And plus it was so fun dunking the little snowman into the hot chocolate, and the marshmallow and the chocolate flavor is just, if you love that combination, this hot chocolate was for you. It's so good. And the Cali Cocoa was amazing. The flavor of the Earl Grey with the white chocolate was so delicious. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever tried something so unique before, and this was something that I was like, I really hope they don't discontinue this. Like, if they do, I will be very sad because the flavor is just so good. And I was really impressed with how well the foam on top held up whenever you drew on it, because I feel like it's kind of hard to get foam right. And I think they did an amazing job at like making sure that the consistency of the foam was like perfect every time. That way when you drew, it would actually like keep your drawing. Overall, I would give these drinks a 4 out of 5. I'm tying them with the Whisk matcha chocolate because they were all just so delicious. The flavors were amazing and I just really enjoyed drinking them. Like, it wasn't something that I drank and I was like, I think I've had enough. No, like I was like, I need to drink this whole thing. It's so good. The fourth coffee shop I went to is Thierry Chocolates. And y'all, this chocolate, oh my god, I could drink this chocolate every day. Like, I died. It was so good. So the chocolate is the Pala Siao chocolate, which I did a little bit of research and I read that Pala Siao is actually a nutmeg that comes from Indonesia. So I thought that was really cool. It's a 40% milk chocolate drink with chocolate from Chocolaterie de l'Opéra. Hopefully I said that right. And it had Pala Siao nutmeg, whipped cream, a coffee flavored marshmallow. Y'all, this marshmallow was like heaven sent. It was so good. And a langue du chat cookie. And so this is, I thought it was kind of like a, what are they called? Like a Madeleine cookie, but it's a little bit different. It's just like a, kind of like a hard cookie, and then it's dipped in chocolate. First of all, I am a sucker for milk chocolate. I've always loved milk chocolate, and so I don't know why, I just like prefer it over dark chocolate. So when I tried this milk like hot chocolate, it was so good. I just kind of like, you know when you try something and like, you know in Ratatouille, that scene where the critic goes to like eat the food from the restaurant and then he's like transported to his childhood and he's like, that was me in the restaurant. I was like, no, this chocolate is so good. And it was so creamy. It was really delicious. It felt almost like, I was telling my friend, it felt like luxurious. I was like, wow, this hot chocolate is amazing. And then they put a coffee marshmallow in it and that was so good. The marshmallow just like, I don't know, I was not expecting it to taste like coffee. Like, I had not read much about what the hot chocolate came with. And so when I tried it, I was just like, oh, this is so good. I need more of these. And for the little cookie that they had on the side, I'm sad. I was a little bit disappointed because, like I said in the beginning, I thought it was gonna be kind of like a Madeleine cookie. They're soft and like spongy. So in my mind, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like that. And it wasn't. It was a little bit like crunchier. It was more solid. And I really love dipping things into my drinks and waiting for them to get like a little bit like soggy. I love like eating that. I don't know, it's just so good to me. But for some reason, I just was like, man, if only it was like a spongy little treat. I felt like that would have been really good. But it was still delicious. I really enjoyed it. This time I had gone alone to the coffee shop. It was my first time going to one of these coffee shops by myself for the festival. And so I was a little nervous because I was alone and I was like, okay, I need to film myself trying this. So I went to like a little nook. But the overall coffee shop is gorgeous. It's so beautiful inside. I don't know, it feels kind of like you're in this like majestic Willy Wonka factory. It's so beautiful. And I love that it's really spacious. They have a lot of chairs and tables for seating, which is really nice. I think that's always really important when it comes to like looking for a good coffee shop. Obviously, not to say that the little ones aren't good, but I love going to coffee shops to work, and I always love to see that there is room for people to go and sit down. So I really loved that, and they had amazing pastries and chocolates just kind of like on display at the entrance when you walked in. It was so gorgeous. Everything looked mouth-watering. I was just like, wow, this place is amazing. So overall, I would give this chocolate a 5 out of 5 because it was so good. It was amazing. I felt like I was transported to like my childhood. Even though the cookie wasn't exactly what I was expecting, just the whole experience was so delicious, and I don't know, I just haven't tasted something that made me feel so good and warm inside. The fifth coffee shop that I went to is called the Federal Store, and I've been wanting to go to this coffee shop for so long. I used to live really close to there, and for some reason I just never went, and now that I live farther away, I'm like, man, I should have gone more often. It's just so cute. It's like on the corner of this like cute and cozy little street. It's like a bike lane, so it's very quiet and peaceful. The building itself has like leaves falling over, and I don't know, it has like vines, and it's just so beautiful. It's a gorgeous coffee shop. So they had quite a few hot chocolates. The one that I wanted to try was the Trixie Mattel, but I actually ended up going with the Ducking hot chocolate because the barista had recommended that one to me. She said that she loves sesame, and she was like, girl, it's so good. And I was like, okay, I will try it. The Trixie Mattel hot chocolate had strawberry flavor, and I forget what else it had, but I kind of want to go back and try it, so I might do that before the festival ends. The Ducking hot chocolate is a black sesame and chili pepper Valrhona Caraíbe 66% dark hot chocolate. It has a ginger sugar rim and a drizzle of Holy Duck OG chili oil. I don't know if I said that right. I really hope I did. It has a lot of stuff going on in this hot chocolate. And then on the side, it's served with this dark chocolate ginger and black sesame buttercream cupcake. So this hot chocolate, I really did enjoy it, but man, I was disappointed. I don't know. The way the barista sold it to me, I was like, ooh, it sounds really good. And then when I read that it had like chili oil and like, I don't know, I was thinking it was gonna be a little bit on the spicy side, and it wasn't. So because of that, I was a little bit disappointed. I was very sad because I was like, man, I thought it would have been really cool to taste that like kick of like heat in the drink. But overall though, it was really good. I highly recommend it. I was just like enjoying every single moment. I did take this hot chocolate to go because I actually was going to a life drawing class right after, and so I was kind of like rushing and then I sat down to drink it outside, and it was really cold, so I really did enjoy that. I was having like something warm and cozy in the cold, but I just was waiting for that kick of like spiciness and I didn't feel it, so that was a little bit disappointing. But the flavor was delicious. The sesame did come through and it was really, really good. However, the pastry, oh my god, y'all, the pastry took the gold here. The pastry was so good. It was this little cupcake. It was so tiny, and I'm so sad it wasn't bigger or that they don't have more. It was so delicious. I don't know what they put in it that just makes it so like spongy, and I know a lot of people don't like the word moist, but it was so delicious, and like the moisture that came from the bread, it was just so good. Oh my gosh, the experience of eating it and like having the little not the whipped cream but the icing on top, and just all the flavors coming together was like a symphony in my mouth and I was really happy. So this little pastry was like my favorite out of all the ones that I tried. So overall, I would give this hot chocolate a 3 out of 5 just because I was waiting for that kick. I don't know, I was like, where is it? It's gonna come through any moment, and I didn't feel it. It could have been that I was rushing and maybe I was just like drinking the hot chocolate really fast. I'm not sure, but it was not giving what I was expecting it to give. But that's okay. I still enjoyed it. It was delicious. And that pastry, y'all, that pastry was so good. Plus, what I really loved about entering the coffee shop is that it's just so cozy. Oh my gosh. Out of all the coffee shops that I went to, it just had this vibe of like a feeling that you were at home. Like you're at somebody's house, your grandma's house, I don't know, and you're like sitting in her living room or her dining room and she's in the kitchen baking or cooking, and it felt so cozy. I really loved that feeling that that coffee shop gave. But overall, this place is so cute, and I thought it's really cool that they also have like local art and local chocolates, so it looks like they really like to work with people in their community. And I've always been a huge fan of coffee shops and restaurants that do that go and highlight different parts of their community and just like to get involved. I really had so much fun filming this video. It was so fun to make. I really loved going with my friends and my boyfriend and myself, just trying all of these different hot chocolates and getting to know all of the different coffee shops and restaurants. Like I said, I really believe in being a tourist in your city. Even if you've been living there for a long time, I feel like it's just a great way to like see where you live with new eyes. And if you're ever just like, I don't know what to do today with my life, I'm bored, like go out and see what's going on in your community. I think that's a great way to like enrich your life, to make new friends, to get to know what's going on in your area, and maybe even find kind of like a new purpose. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. All the hot chocolates were amazing, and I think they're all winners. Even though I've given them different ratings, they all really came through, and it's really cool to see people come together and work so hard to create something so delicious and special for the community. And so yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you have any other video ideas or recommendations that you would like me to make, please let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios!